Hello and welcome to Remote Sensing Analysis Made Easy. This concept module is from the iGETT project. iGETT was a National Science Foundation funded project to help faculty introduce remote sensing in their GIS programs. Remote sensing is very important and it's becoming more and more important every day, whether it's detected and sensed using a satellite, an airplane, and more often we're now seeing drones or unmanned aerial systems. Remote sensing and analysis has been traditionally used and it's very valuable, but it's complex, time-intensive, and a costly process requiring access to high-end computers, expensive high-end software, and really have the ability to find, access, and manage extremely large data sets. Also, you have to have knowledge of remote sensing imagery and concepts, as well as the ability to carry out complex analysis techniques. This, for new users, can be overwhelming. Well, resources linked to this video will let you introduce important remote sensing concepts, provide hands-on exercise to practice those concepts, and you won't have to download any software, download any data, and the only thing you'll need is an internet browser and two free ARC web applications from ESRI, Unlocking Earth Secrets and Exploring Landsat. So what are Unlocking Earth Secrets and Exploring Landsat? Well, we're going to go out and take a look at it from ESRI, and this is the URL that you can use on your own to play with these two applications. They're free, seamlessly connecting to Landsat data, both current data and archive data. It also provides tools that carry out those complex analysis needed with remote sensing, and all you need is to click a button. So here's a tour of Unlocking Earth Secrets. First, you go to the website and then click on Try It. That little blue box right in the middle. It'll scroll down and it'll give you a view of the Unlocking Earth Secrets app. You'll notice that there is a system of buttons on the left-hand side, and when you click on them, you can see it changes the bands that are being portrayed from real natural color, false infrared, just different band combinations that lets you view the same data using different bands. One of the important ones is NDVI, where we can look at greening, and this happens to be Redlands, California, a desert area, and soil moisture is important. So, well, one date's interesting, but you can actually go back in time and look at other dates. All you have to do is slide the slider and you can see the date changes from August to January. And of course, January is a rainy month, so the soil moisture is much higher. This tool allows you also to look at different environmental areas, and you use the identify tool, and it will actually try to give you a signature graph of what that particular spot is. So very interesting ways of viewing, but also seeing the data and how it is used to identify those different things. I'm going to go back and just look at agriculture again. But you can see that that forestry really was a very green area. So another way of looking at your data. Now the other application is Landsat Explorer, and you can scroll down to get to it, and it comes up with buttons too, very similar to the first one, but these do slightly different things. You can also zoom in, and this happens to be Redlands, California. And you can see there's quite a bit of different things people can look at. You can also use dates, so you can look at the same place at different dates. Now, every once in a while, we'll find that an image, it doesn't come in completely. These are really large data sets, and they're all being loaded on the fly. And what happens here is zoom in or zoom out or pick another date, and you'll be able to get back. So let's go to a really early date. This is April 2000, and this is the same exact area, but you can see it's quite different in visualization. Still see what looks like an airport north of the river there, but the other parts aren't the same. Well, can we compare the two? Let's put that earlier view in and a current view and compare the two, and there's actually a swipe tool that lets you do that. So adding the two dates and swiping back and forth. It's pretty easy to see how much development has occurred in this area. Went from farmland to industrial, or it looks like large warehouses in that particular area. This is a pretty useful tool, but you can also do change detection. So I can actually look at the greening. What area became more green? What area became less green? And you can see all the areas that were farmland are now really noted that they've changed into industrial by the bright pink color. I can also use my identify tool. I can go back and look at this in natural color, and I click on something, looks like a building. Well, it turns out to be concrete and pretty good evidence. How about if I look at something greener? Is it? Yeah, well, it says it's forest. So here again, another way to look at what you're doing. You can actually add data from ArcGIS Online. Now, if you have an account, you can log in, but you don't have to. You can still add quite a bit of data without logging in to your project. Another very interesting part is you can take and save out the top layer and add it to an ArcGIS Online project, or if you just want an image of that particular application, you can do that too. Now there's a tutorial that will help you learn more about this, and the hands-on project I'm going to introduce will help you do that too. So the tutorial is actually part of the application. You can go there and you can see renders and what all the different tools do. Of course, we've been looking at Redlands, California, zooming in and zooming out and changing it, but I don't have to stay in Redlands. I can go to just about anywhere in the mid-latitudes. There's also applications for the Arctic and Antarctic, but in mid-latitudes, Washington, D.C., it's that fast. Put in your street address, your city, your other location, and it will go to it. You can zoom in and zoom out and use all those tools that I showed you before. So this is a good way to introduce remote sensing, have students use the concepts and different band combinations. I'm going to return to leaving the two applications now. What you will get when you go out is a poster, and students can take the poster and see the finished product poster. So here's an example of a poster looking at the concepts and at different areas of interest in New Mexico. What students get is a blank poster. Well, it's not completely blank. It has all the concepts in it, but they have to fill in the boxes on the right. They can use Unlocking Earth Secrets or Landsat Explorer, and then use Clip It to fill in those blank spaces. Where do I find this? Well, go to the iGETT website for all activities and resources. So here's the iGETT website. Click on Resources for Instruction, go down to Concept Modules, Over, and Introduction to Remote Sensing. What you end up with is another link to the website, and here is that poster, the first part. But there are 4 different things: a PowerPoint, hands-on instructions, the blank poster, and a filled-in poster. And each of these are easy to download. You just click on the button, and here I'll click on the remote sensing PowerPoint, and you get the remote sensing made easy analysis with all of the concepts. And this is a PowerPoint that you can modify any way that you want. So it walks you through concepts that are fundamental to remote sensing. Then the remote sensing analysis exercise and instructions. This is a hands-on exercise. Again, it's in a Word document, so you can modify it any way you want. And it walks the students through accessing and downloading and snipping out parts of the data for an area of interest to them. They get the blank poster. Now this is a PDF, that's publisher.pub, publisher. It does come with a Microsoft set of documents, so the student will use this to fill in from any area of interest to them, and using the snippet tool and the instructions tell you how to do that. The last one is just the completed poster if you want to put that in anything. So go to the website. Again, it's iGETTRemoteSensing.org, and it's for all the activities resources. Just click on the URL, go to resources for instructions, and download all of the items that are there. Thank you, and please let me know if you have any problems with this activity.